What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Smash JT. Atari just announced this morning that they will be coming out with a Pong mini console. And while I typically wouldn't be making a video about something like this, it just stands out to me as something that is far more interesting than I initially thought I'd be. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe and bell for notifications so you do not miss any updates, because I try to stay on top of the news faster than anybody, as long as my real life job allows me to. Now, as far as this Atari Pong console is concerned, let's watch this together. This Atari Mini Pong Jr. is what it's being called. It has a lithium rechargeable battery, lightweight and compact size, the volume buttons on the side there, perfect for the home, office, on the go, USB powered. The LCD screen looks really clear, 10 levels of artificial intelligence settings. It's a 7.9-inch LCD screen, and I'll be honest, it looks really nice. The design is sleek, it's inviting, it's something that definitely works. Maybe not so much in this world of COVID where you have to be so close to another person when you're playing the game, but ultimately, eventually, this is one of those things that you'll play around the house when it comes out, and you can play with family members and people that you're around, and hopefully if we get past this pandemic, this is the kind of thing that you could definitely enjoy with friends and people at the office and have this by your desk. It looks like a ton of fun. And yes, I know there are mini consoles for everything. Do we really need a new one? But this one strikes me as something different. Now, those of you who have watched me for a while know my history with Atari and how I might not get along with the corporate version of Atari. Michael Art's in charge there, things like that. But this is not being made by Atari. It's being outsourced to a company called UNIS Technology. And as far as UNIS Technology, what they are, when you go to their website, their homepage, it looks like they are, I wasn't too familiar with them previous to this, doing quick research. They make arcade consoles, mostly not just the typical boards or the typical stand-up arcades, but like the motorcycles attached to them, the basketball hoops, the skee ball, the throwing the balls at the clown games. Like, they do all of, I'd say, I call these the Chuck E. Cheese games and the Dave and Buster's games, where it's like interactive with friends and you can try to get high scores, a different way than just staring at a screen. So, ironically, yes, Pong is a screen, but it uses interactive controllers different than what most arcades do. And they have made the Pong cocktail table in the past. Now, when I do some research on the Pong stuff in particular from this company, they've made a few different revisions of it, and as far as this one, the coffee table, is concerned, when you go to get the price of it, it doesn't give a price. You have to inquire about the price. So where you can find that out is where they sell them on Wayfair, and they go for about $3,500 to $3,600 for the Pong coffee table or cocktail table. And if you want the Pong chairs that they also sell that go along with it, with the real style, $4,000 for the full-on Pong table and chair set. So this 7.9-inch LCD Pong Jr. Mini is going to be, we'll assume, far more affordable. They don't give a price, they don't give a launch date, they don't give any information surrounding it, but it is something that I would hope comes out in time for Christmas 2020. But the timing is going to be pretty tight here, because we're getting, at launch of this video, it's October 20th. That would mean it would need to come out sometime, hopefully in late November, for it to be ready for holiday 2020. But either way, it looks fantastic. It has great style. Depending on the price, assuming it's like, I'm going to say under $100, it would be something that I'd be interested in picking up. Now, as far as what Atari is and the VCS and that whole situation, like I said before, you guys know me, not the biggest fan of the corporate structure of Atari themselves, but since they're outsourcing this to what looks to be, at least on surface level, a premium vendor, someone who's used to making these arcades, someone who has a history of doing it and doing it well, then yes, I could see this thing being successful and licensing the Atari brand. I mean, they license it to everything that exists right now, so it's not too special to get the Atari license, but still, Pong on a mini console works. It's a good idea. I can see myself, assuming, like I said, this pandemic ends sometime in the next 10 years, being in the office and playing this with some coworkers and having fun with it. It does strikes me as that kind of game. Now, as far as the mini console craze is concerned, I'm sure plenty of you can relate to me where you got the NES Classic or the SNES or the Genesis or all of them, and then you get the PS Classic, you get the Neo Geo Mini Arcade, and now you got rumors of the Dreamcast Classic Mini coming out, and you're just like, how many of these mini consoles do we really need? I get it. I totally get it. But this is different. This is an interactive, on-the-go, two-player machine that is unique with the control style. It's something different, something that nobody has in their house to play already. Yeah, you might have Pong, but do you have the actual spinny dial controllers? Do you have it set up to your TV? Do you actually use it? This seems like something far more convenient for the modern era. Yes, some people might actually have Pong hooked up, and more power to you, but this is a convenient on-the-go alternative that most people would prefer, I being one of them. Depending on the price, it is something I'd be interested in, only because it's being outsourced to someone who has made plenty of Pong tables in the past. They've gotten rave reviews from a lot of people. Now those are, like I said, the $3,500 ones, but still, just because they were able to make those, it gives a good rationale to think that these might actually be high quality as well. So at that point, I'm going to be looking forward to this. I'll be interested to see what comes of it, but that is the Pong Atari 7.9-inch LCD Atari Mini Pong Jr. Looking forward to more information, but as of right now, I'm leaning towards picking one of these up. I think it's pretty cool. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, you stay smashing. Smash,